Now, most people, well, apparently I got a message from one guy saying, "Oh, not a fan, change your username." PSN. Well, this would be proving it because I am addicted to one franchise in particular, and I have not stopped out of that franchise no matter how bad the games were, how good the games were. I have not quit the franchise because Sonic has always been up there with merchandise and certain things coming out, like his movie and whatever. Um, I have not backed away out of it because that's the one franchise I have not stuck out of, because I know they'll still keep me entertained, in a way. What better way to show off all the Sonic stuff that I have? Um, so apparently, right, okay, switch camera. Now apparently, this is one of them that I sleep with, Shadow. Basically, this is what I sleep with every single night, when I go to sleep. And this one I also sleep with. I basically do sleep with. Now, now this other one. Now, this is my very first Sonic plush. I got him when Sonic X first aired on TV. Um, I think I was around 11 when I got this. I was still in school at the time, so he looks sort of down or whatever. He's got like bandages now, because he's that old. I even have movie Sonic here. Now he was tricky because I had to get him elsewhere. Now I do have another Shadow. I have this that I basically changed a bit with the eye color and whatever to make it a bit different. I was trying to create an OC. Um, Now I also have more stuff. Sonic beanie hat. Have that as well. Now I have Amy to prove it. Now apparently I do have Is that? No, it's the thingy ones. Okay. Now this is my Sonic glasses. My sunglasses. Now, mainly most things that I get that are Sonic related, I actually do buy. Now, behind here, we got a Sonic poster, Sonic picture. Yeah. Now, it's a bit too dark to see, but that is Sonic Boom, even though I just put it there for merchandise sort. Um, I do have a lot more. I also keep pictures on my phone. Okay, so hold the ball for a sec. Now I do have Sonic Riders Sonic. Shadow with his bike. I've got that apparently. And they do work remote controls. Now one of my controllers, I do have Shadow on it. Yep. Apparently I had to buy the sticker elsewhere. So yeah. Now, another one, I do have the Cable Guys Sonics, Super and Normal. I also have the Super Smash Sonic over there. And I've got like a mug, Sonic mug, which is another one to show off. Let's see, what else? I do also have Sonic shirts. Shut the door for a sec. Now, apparently, I do have a Sonic shirt that I got off YouTube, if I can find it. Where is it? Is this it? Apparently, I don't know if this is it. I can't really tell. Oh god, this is tricky. Oh yeah, he's a Sonic shirt. Okay, so apparently this is another Sonic shirt, that I have. Now apparently you can see Sonic on there. Now that's a Sonic shirt. I also do have another one somewhere. Is this it? I think. Can't tell. No, that's not a Sonic shirt. Not there. Okay, this has gotta be a Sonic shirt. Please, 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 please. Okay, okay, so now this one I really do like because it has Shadow on it. And I did watch, Sonic's song and even paid for this shirt. And it even says here, I've been kissed by the coolest. It says here. I do like it. I basically did have a shipping problem before. I ended up with two of them, two shirts. So I really like this a lot. Now, this is to prove that I am a fan. I do have a lot of Sonic shirts lying around. And apparently I do like this one most of all because Shadow was in a dare, and he was asked to kiss himself, so he ends up kissing the mirror, like there. Yeah, so that's one of my shirts that I have. Apparently I need to put this back now. So put these back. Now, do have more. I also have Sonic's Scream Fest here. That's like Sonic X. Sonic X Volume 1. And if we go all the way down to... Where is it? Oh yeah, I've got the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I've got the Sonic Boom Season 1, even though I wasn't actually keen on the series of Sonic Boom that much. And I didn't bother getting the next one after that. I do have Sonic X Volume 2, 3, and 4. I have Sonic Christmas Blast. I have the TV show of Sonic, known as ATM or something like that. I also have The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is another one. I also have Sonic Underground, which is behind there, right there. Yeah, that's another one. I also put my Sonic games here. Apparently I've got Sonic, the two Sonic Adventures, right there. Now, I do basically have more. I have Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Riders, Alright, anything else on the list? No. Yeah, okay, I also collect these things, which is like sometimes, somehow, keyring sort of thing. So apparently we've got Shadow, Sonic, Tails, Eggman, and we've got another Sonic in there. Now apparently I do have also Lego Dimensions because Sonic is also in that, apparently. Apparently, oh yeah. Another Sonic. Yeah. I crazy when it comes to Sonic merchandise, which I'm not going to lie. I even have a Chow. Well, I have a couple of these lying around. I also thought to make Sonic's father Jules. Still need the jacket for him and something to do his shoes with. Wait, not that. Now, this hat is old. That's another one of my Sonic stuff. I also got a Sonic bottle. I even made a Sonic EXE Jr. because he's smaller. Chris Thorndike, shows I've been watching the series. Supersonic, which is another one. I also apparently made Fleetway Sonic, even did his teeth there to resemble Fleetway. Let's see, we've got another Amy. Get rid of that for a sec. Now this Tails is old, apparently. Again, with the Sonic from before, that was old. This was the first one that came out. So this one is old. He had issues with the mouth and such, got smacked around as a kid. So it does look a bit weighed down and whatever. So apparently we do have another Tails. Classic Tails. Super Shadow. We also have him. Blaze, the cat. Even though I may not have got every Sonic character yet. We got Cheese, the Chow. I did get this lucky. I did find this in the shop somewhere. Now we have Sticks. I'm not really a fan of the Boom franchise. Boom Knuckles. Okay, we got Underground Sonic. Right, okay, we got Boom Amy. Right, let's see, anything else? Oh yeah, we got this, which is like Lego. Apparently I've got like multiple of these. Like Shadow, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy. Right, we got Jet, the Hawk. Got another Tails. We got a little Boom Sonic. Christmas Sonic. Now, apparently he's special because, well, not that many can get him, because he's like a special type of Sonic. Right, another hat, Sonic hat. Another Sonic hat. Another Sonic. Another EXE, but bigger. Another Sonic. Apparently it just keeps going because I got too many, as it is. Little Amy EXE, Jr. I even made it look creepy. No, not that. We've even got the head thing of Sonic. Apparently. Then we've got classic Sonic. Then we've got a bigger version of Boom Sonic. To move stuff over, because I've got too many. Another Sonic. Apparently this is what I was talking about earlier. There's my Amy one. Lego stuff. I even have, oh Christ, it's attached. Let's go, lanyard. There we go. Now, I have a Sonic lanyard, with, Blaze and Sonic on it. Classic Tails. Shadow. Never get the chance to build them though, because I'm waiting for the right time to build them. Because my nana would just chuck them out. if I tried. Okay. Right. No, that's just a torch. Yeah, okay. Another one. A Sonic book. Yeah, like a notebook. That's another one. Right. Apparently I also have a little Warrock, Sonic. I even have a bigger version somewhere, but I think it might be on the bed somewhere. I've also got Chaos. Now, apparently this is tricky to get now because they stopped making these, because of a store issue. So I'm glad I got this. So that's Chaos. Now we have Tails. Lego thing. Apparently we've got another classic Sonic. Okay, okay, that's not Sonic related. That's not Sonic related. I have Metal Sonic. Metal. Apparently I also keep a picture of this because me and my sister did dress up as costumes. That's me on the left as Sonic, and Carla was my sister Carla was actually Shadow. That's when we went for Halloween one time for Alton Towers. So yeah, even though it's in black and white, I do have one in color somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. So got any in here? No. Okay, I don't have any in here. No, that's not Sonic related. That's not. Now, another Sonic hat. Now, this I got on holiday in America, in Warner Brothers Studios. I got this, apparently, there. So, that's where I got that. Now, another hat of mine, another Sonic. Another Shadow. That's nope. Sonic himself in Lego. Sorry. I also have a Scooge that I made myself. Even though I did it from a normal plushie, I actually painted him. Even had help with stitching that on. Did that pattern myself on his chest. Did do his shoes with paint. I did give him red glasses because I did have red glasses at the time. I even did his eyes blue because his eyes actually are blue. And I even put a cheeky grin on there. So apparently that is my Scooge version. I also have SBO. I even have another Sonic, but I made him look like a vampire. So yeah. So I class it Vampire Sonic. I even have a big Shadow. Well, my sister has the other one because that was the first big Shadow I had. So, but my sister's got it now. Now this is another Sonic, but bigger. Way bigger. Yeah. Now, I also do have Cream the Rabbit. Tails. I also have this hat that you put on your head and whatever. These things can actually go under your neck. I actually like this hat. I wore it for the Sonic movie once, and even though I look ridiculous, it was funny. another Boom Sonic. Knuckles. Grab again. Okay, there's nothing in there. My legs. Now I have a Sonic shirt still in its bag. Most stuff I just keep in a bag for merchandise wise, so that'd be worth a lot more later. So got another Sonic. Apparently he doesn't talk anymore. I think he's talking is broken. Yeah, I think it's broken. Normally says something. Right. Not Sonic related. Right, another classic Sonic. I'm pretty sure I just picked this up. Okay, back over. Okay, okay, we got another Tails. Another Tails. Another Knuckles. Okay, Wave. A Swallow. Ugh. So apparently I've got way more than this. In merchandise. There is too much Sonic stuff to count. There's just too much to count. I even have the Sonic curtains. Oh my god. Oh my. Yeah, so much Sonic stuff. I can't believe how much Sonic stuff I've gone through. Oh my god. I feel like I'm racing with this because every time I get Sonic stuff, I just can't help myself. Sometimes I can't help myself, and I end up actually buying a bunch of Sonic stuff, and then my nana yells at me saying, "Don't get any more," and I'm like, I can't help myself because of I'm a Sonic fan. Yeah, and apparently this picture was at Alton Towers. That one. I am absolutely crazy with Sonic merchandise. I can't help myself but buy a bunch of stuff. I feel like I'm addicted since I was a kid. I can't stop buying it. Even when it first came out. Even though I did play the first Sonic games. Eventually, as soon as I got into the adventure formula, I switched into that because I like the adventure formula better. Better than the other games that came after. Now, Sonic 06 was okay, but I didn't really like how the kissing scene was in there. Yeah, so most games I don't like the boost formula. I hate it in general. I'm hoping they bring back the adventure formula because that was my favorite. I also like party Sonic games, like Sonic at the Olympics and whatever. One of my favorites mainly. Apparently now I have to put all this stuff back to the corner. Because I have too much Sonic stuff, and I end up piling it on the bed because I run out of room. So apparently my bedroom does look like a mess because I can't seem to store anything. As I have too much. too much to put anywhere, so put Cream back where she was, put that back, that back, Vampire Sonic, actually put that book over there, oh my god, this is why I go out of my way to get too many Sonic stuff, and I end up completely losing it, because, I mean, who can blame me, especially dressing up as my favorite icon. On Halloween a couple of times, I even dressed up in Flamingo Land as Sonic, and, well, I couldn't get away from the children at all. I was so attached to my costume. They tried pulling my back and everything because, well, they wanted attention. And I would blame them since they love Sonic. Since Sonic is a popular, that popular is right. Because whenever they say Sonic, most kids feel shy and they can't. But me, whenever basically I did, I was like, yeah, okay, come here, for a picture. And they actually did approach for a picture. So I like to make people happy instead of downright sad. And I did ask my granddad and whatever, if they could put the roof rack back on the car, so then, well, another one, so then be able to carry my costume with me on holiday for Halloween, and be able to dress up as Sonic again. Even to go to like Stewart's Park or whatever or something when there's some sort of Halloween thing on. Because, well, Sonic stuff is basically what I really like the most. I even drew Sonic as a kid during primary school, and I couldn't stop drawing him. I had him in my mind because of the beginning, and teachers that saw my drawings were impressed. They were actually impressed. They were like, "Oh, right, okay, you're brilliant at drawing." And they saw that my skill was great, and then well, apparently I told them because it came from my granddad's side of the family, because my granddad was good at drawing, and that's why I was able to draw, because I take something in and I draw it, especially of how familiar the characters are. I get that too close to actually doing them. So, apparently I was also asking my nana if I could do, like, party things, for birthday parties, but it's not that easy, right now. Especially with them saying, oh, you need this, or you need that, or whatever, and it looks tricky, at this point in time. That back. Put that back. Maybe Sonic back there. Super Sonic right at the back. Right, him over there. Him there. Right, yeah, I think I might have sorted it all out, I think now. Okay, okay, so apparently, as I said before, I do sleep with mainly these two every single night, these two. Probably, basically, I know why, because, well, I love Sonic and Shadow. Shadow is my second favorite. Apparently in the Sonic characters, Sonic's my first favorite. Amy's my third. Because, well, she's actually still classes my top three favorites. Now, anyway, I do actually somehow ship either one of these two with Amy, because it works as a relationship thing. I don't know why, it just works. So apparently I probably have way more merchandise than this. Apparently I also have a Sonic box at the top there where I got my cable guy Sonic. So apparently I do have some Sonic stuff downstairs. Don't think I'm gonna show off though, cause well, it's late. And I just want to go to sleep. Um, so um, so apparently that just proves that I am a Sonic fan. I have played games, especially on the PS2 and such. Um, I would love for the older games to come back to like the PlayStation and such. Like mainly well, mainly like the PS4 and such. The next gen, like maybe Sonic or Sonic Shuffle. I love Sonic Shuffles. I'd love to see another Sonic party game. I love them so much. Now Sonic Shuffle does feel like that. It feels like one of those games where you feel, okay, this is the kind of game I'm going to enjoy. I did do Sonic Chronicles. I didn't like Forces. I wasn't keen on Sonic 1 and 2, because, well, I wasn't keen on the type of game style, and I kept dying, especially with my sister playing as Tails. And I just rage quit, and then tried Sonic Mania years later, and I hated that too, because it felt like Sonic 1 and 2. I did try Sonic R, and I love that. Sonic 06, I did say, because I didn't like the kissing scene in it. Everything else about Sonic 06 was fine. What else? The games. Sonic Heroes, again, wasn't keen on it because you had to keep switching between the three. Shadow the Hedgehog, I think could have been better if it was like, well, Sonic Adventure a bit more. Then it probably would have been better with Shadow. Then it would have worked better. Because I know Sonic 06 tried to do something similar, but 10 times better. So, yeah, there's a lot of great Sonic games out there. A lot. I do play the Olympic Sonic games. The last one they put out, I wasn't that keen on at all. Because it wasn't as interesting as the last one before it. As it just felt a bit too retro, which is the why I found it boring. Now, opinion on the other Sonic games, Sonic Colors, not keen on it. I was looking at it and I was like, why Wisp says power-ups? Why? It doesn't actually feel like Sonic is basically doing his own thing, because they're doing it for him. So I was like, nah. When it came to Sonic Lost World, I was like, really? These villains? Why? Why couldn't it just be something even cooler than that? Someone more intimidating. When it came to Sonic Forces, I was like, why him? I mean, it could have been someone like Mephiles, because Mephiles would have been intimidating, scary, would have been perfect as a villain again. Now, he would have been great, or bringing somebody from the Archie comics, like Scooge. Scooge would be a great villain to Sonic, because he has similar powers to Sonic. He would basically be stronger than Metal Sonic because, well, he's basically just like Sonic. So it makes him tougher because he is green and he did absorb the energy of the Master Emerald, well, some of it. And that's why he's stronger than Sonic now, because he can take both Shadow and Sonic at once, which I find cool and would love to see Scourge in a game. Because he's a great villain, which I hope to see him instead of using the same characters over and over and over again, because using the same characters over and over again, I don't know, it just gets boring. and adding somebody that looks more interesting, better story and such, it puts a lot more in rather than taking stuff out of it. So, um, uh, what other villains is there? Apparently, I'd love to see uh, Black Death make an appearance in the Sonic games because, well, I class him as Black Doom's brother, so it would be interesting to see Shadow's cousin, which I class him as, Eclipse. Um, Now, Eclipse would be a great villain because he does have ties to Shadow, and it was made to actually take Shadow down, but well, in the comics, he doesn't intend to, but he does in the end. He tries to, but um, so apparently he just gives up in the end. Apparently we never got a chance to see what happened to Eclipse afterwards. I'm assuming he's still alive, not dead. In the comics. Um, I'm hoping I see more of him, maybe in the games or some sort of live action or something like that. Making him come into it somehow, or maybe in the new Sonic TV show, with multiple characters making a reappearance, which would be cool to see. Uh, um, hmm. Yeah, apparently whatever villains I haven't named, there is some pretty cool ones that could make an appearance, that should make an appearance, even make crossovers into other games, since many characters haven't, and they show to have a connection to certain characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They do have somehow a connection to each other in different universes and such. Like Sonic does have some sort of a soft spot for Pikachu. Um, Now I think Sonic should actually make a game with Pikachu or with another game character, but he's already done it with Mario, so he couldn't count that one. So I think either he could be in a Final Fantasy sort of thing, like which would be pretty cool to see. And there's a lot of others as well, like Pac-Man, whatever. Him making some sort of crossover with Pac-Man in a way, which wouldn't be that bad, or Crash Bandicoot, because Crash Bandicoot and Sonic would be funny in one game together. Um, Especially Sonic in a Pokemon world, which would also be great to watch, since it would be great. Since Sonic has been known to try and save Pikachu in the Super Smash Bros. Game, since they somehow have a connection to each other, somehow, and probably spent time together longer. Also the Babylon Rogues, I'd like to see back, I think, again, because they're a great rivals to Sonic. They are great for actually rivaling Sonic in games. I did like Sonic Riders. The second one I wasn't interested much because, well, it was with Kinect, so I wasn't keen. Um, so Basically they should bring back some of the old villains and such, and then actually fight them or whatever, and also do more with Silver, I think. With his own game, which would be interesting because I think Silver needs his own game to understand his origins and whatever a bit more better. Because his origins was never explained. Especially Blaze's origin story. Because they know they basically met each other, but it doesn't explain how they met each other. Since they're both from different universes. Now, I reckon Silver did get taught by a mammoth teacher, or an echidna, I think. Either one, he could have been taught by both of them, I think, to use the power or something like that. Since they are like both teachers. Now, Silver would definitely need his own game to explain what happened to his family, why the building in his own city ended up in ruins and flames the way it did. Explaining more of that because when '06 happened, they didn't really explain that much about Iblis, why he attacked that town, with Silver being alive and what happened to his family and whatever. Yeah, that's something that everyone should have got. Explaining more about him because in the game he just goes straight out to kill Iblis by sacrificing Blaze. When they could have had some sort of better origin story to that, then we would have understood why he did it the way he did. Um, so, um, I think basically, so first of all, we need more Sonic Party games. We need more adventure Sonic games as one with the adventure formula. I need more crossover Sonic games. I know the Sonic Racing ones don't really do much for me, but some of them I do. Uh, I know Sonic R was a great game, but Sonic with his running it was a bit it was a bit funny because he's the fastest out of all of them and he just races them which is funny. When they basically did the car was like when they did that first Sonic racing one, well way after that with the cars and whatever, and then they did Transform. I was like, okay, not a bad game at all. Actually great, great game. Um, some of the villains are great. Most of all, with Sonic Shuffles, I never really understood the villain that well because I was a kid at the time and I didn't have no clue what I was doing because it was mainly to do with cards. Um, so I never understood it, but I did love the party games in that game. So no matter what, I would never quit the Sonic franchise, no matter what they did. Since I always know Sega come out with a possibility of something happening, and giving the fans what they love. Because when fans want something, they always come out with something negative, and then they give the fans something that they like, even if it's merchandise, to give the hopes up, and everyone just looks at it and thinks, yeah, okay, we'll still support you for that. Now, sometimes they do come out with good TV shows, sometimes they don't. And they do intend to give us something to look forward to, kind of like the Sonic movie, which they did make us look forward to that. Now, the sequel I am definitely looking forward to because I know Crush 40 is rumored to be doing music for that movie, which I'm happy about. So love to hear some similar songs or some new songs or both. Because I think they might use both. I think both old and new music, probably remixed. I think, which I think they might do, especially if they do music with Tails. They might add some of his old music into it to make it stand out better. So apparently, I do give full support to Tyson for doing the Sonic movie and whatever, and actually working with Sonic and whatever, and actually giving the fans hope for the movie franchise. And also, hopefully, Push 40 sticks with the movie franchise, since the movies would do better as it goes along, especially with the third, fourth, and whatever movie. Also, with a bit of inspiration on what could take place in each film. So it would seem better. So, um, I really hope the new Sonic games aren't trash, like Sonic Forces was, as that was too short. Now I really want the Sonic games to be good. I want them to be great. That great or whatever. Even added like a Chow Garden, because I love Chow Gardens a lot. They give more to do. They give you more to do in the Chow Garden if they do have a Chow Garden in the games, because then the game doesn't feel too short and you actually have something to do, like raising your Chow. Um, when you're doing the games, because you could basically race them, make them do karate and stuff like that, get certain equipments and such, which is a lot of time consuming in 1 and 2 because you look after them, you get them what they want or whatever, and it's cute. It's really, really cute. Um, so, I really also want to see a Chow game, a normal Chow game, for the next gen consoles, not just phone and PC. I want to see a game on the PS4 with Chows for a change. One that basically is to do with them, maybe like a racing Chow game or something like that, or something that has everything in it, like fighting and whatever, and dancing, singing, and whatever, stuff like that. Kind of like some sort of party thing with the chows, which I would like, I think, and also able to dress up your own chow, which would be cool as well. I hope they do that, um, because I would really love that a lot, if they did that, and I really hope Sega do that. Actually take inspiration from some things or whatever. Basically listen to some things that the fans are saying that they want and naturally give them what they want. And basically, now Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remakes did get shelved because of Sonic Forces, which, yeah, I was thinking, why shelve it? Even if it was a success, which I deny basically that Sonic Forces looked like a total failure to me. I wasn't keen on it that well. And I should have basically, it should have basically got remakes. Apparently, if the next games do horribly, I think Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remakes would be more backup remakes, in case those games do horribly wrong. Um, so, um, so if they do terribly wrong or whatever, I mean, it wouldn't really matter because, we still want the Sonic Adventure remakes, no matter how hard it is, because they feel like they definitely need it, because they are beloved games, and one of the best games in the franchise, especially with bosses and such like Chaos. Chaos is a memorable boss in the Sonic franchise, when he fights against Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and so on. Now he's great. I'd love to see him under a better engine to look him more like a bit more realistic sort of thing. Make him basically see him how he looks or whatever in the new format. Now, with Shadow, I'd love to see more with Shadow. With the graphics and such. I'd like to see how his brother, the lizard looks. Apparently, I'd like to see how these chaos creatures look. The ones that led the shark to be shot down in the first place. I'd love to see what the origin story of Shadow would be like. Maybe add a bit more depth to the story or something like that. Adding to actually cause the failure. To which creation actually caused that. And I know deep down it was those chaos creatures with metal on them, as they're uncontrollable. I would love to see that a lot more. I hope they do that. Give a lot of game inspiration. Everybody loves the Sonic Riders, apparently, because Sonic Riders is a great game for racing, and even though it's to do with hoverboards. Now, Kinect didn't really that work, but if they brought what they did was number one, it would work, especially online. Online would definitely bring a lot in. It would be a great game, however. So apparently, I think if they did a Sonic Adventure remake, they would have to do something with the Chow, I think, so they don't die as easily. Maybe with number one, make the Chow's life longer, so then they don't die quick. Now with two, it was more of a time thing where you just stand around in the Chow garden, and you're like, oh come on. and you just wait for your child to evolve, and you're like sick of it, and you get absolutely fed up. Now, it would be great to basically have like a save option in the Chow Garden. So if something happens in the Chow Garden and you don't want it to, meaning it's too late, meaning like say for example you basically want to save even though your Chow is ready to evolve, you save anyway. And apparently, if it basically fails and dies or something like that, then you could just reload from that certain point in the Chow Garden. So then you'd be missing that problem. Now, I really want to cite Adventure 3. I feel like the story could be great if they actually did it. Now, I do want the Chow Gardens in it, kind of like the first two. Since the Chow Garden would be a lot bigger. I know Silver would probably be one of the main characters in it. So apparently I do have speculations on who the bosses would be. Now, I highly think Scrooge would be the boss in 3. Now, I basically reckon I don't think it'd be Melisonic that time because in 2, he actually, in 1, I mean, he actually was in the pod thing. Now, in 3, really think, I don't think it would be Mephiles. I doubt it. I think most likely Eggman Nugget would be the best one for that because he's a distant cousin of Eggman, some sort, like relative of Eggman, from the future. Now, Eggman Nugget would be perfect as a villain against Silver. So that would work in Sonic Adventure 3, which I'm hoping it does because that would work so well. Now that's one of the villains I think that could work in that. And then there's some other villains, which are only in the TV shows and whatever that could make an appearance. Maybe like Eggman's nephew, Snively. He could probably make a great appearance as a villain, because he has been proved to be a villain at some point, which would be great to actually see. And then there's some other villains, apparently, that could make some sort of crossover, that probably are just in the comics. Apparently, we do have a Werehog Sonic. Apparently, it's not like normal Sonic, but he's just a werehog in one universe or whatever, because he wasn't a prison, he actually was just a werehog. Now I think he could be bad or something like that because it seemed like he is a bad person, rather than a good person in that version. Now, there is, oh Christ, what other, villains is there? Uh, now apparently there is other sorts of villains that probably could make an appearance, um, like other metal versions of the Sonic characters. Maybe like Tails Doll. Tails Doll would be great in a Sonic game. I hope they do that, because that would definitely make a great Sonic game. Because as Tails Doll can be scary at times, and can be mainly towards a scary horror thing. Now, another sort of villain I would love to see, I think, is one of those that type of villains, I think, would be the Ghost. The big ghost in Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah. I think he's called King Boom, I think, or something like that. I would love to see him as one of the bosses because, again, he would be a great boss because you only fought him once in this game. He was in the TV show of Sonic X, apparently, and he was a great ghost. It was just pretty funny. I found him funny. I could have seen more of him. He did show up more in the comics. He did show up the second time for revenge, because, he wanted to get revenge against these people. However, he wanted to turn the whole town into like ghost zombies, under his control. So the only ones that didn't go under that were Cream and Chris, and they had to stop all this apparently. And now I think Sonic, on the other hand, however, weren't actually in that town at the start because, well, they went up somewhere else or had a vacation or something like that. Really, that's what I think. But apparently Vanilla did turn into one of those mindless zombies. Chris's mom also the same, whatever. It was a great comic, like a Halloween sort of thing. Now I'd love to see something like that, maybe like a movie or something like that, something based on like a Halloween movie with maybe that or Tails doll because again they would be great. I think. Or maybe they work together. Which would be great to watch. So apparently, I think that's all I have to say for now about the Sonic stuff. So yeah.